hit that one.
It was interesting because another thing that I found that was quite interesting about the show was that even though we're in these horrible situations and aliens have invaded, we're still living life similar to how it was before. So a young guy, he's going to see a cute girl and he's going to talk to her. And I think that's going to always be the case, and I enjoyed embracing that.
All right, well, tell us a little bit about how the show came about.
Basically, the way back is that Steven Spielberg had a relationship with Michael Wright at TNT, and they always wanted to do something together, and the idea came up to do a science fiction show. They brought in Robert Rodat, who wrote Saving Private Ryan, to write the pilot, and we were off to the races. So that's the genesis of it.
And Melinda, tell me a little bit about writing the characters, because, if you're looking at a show like Lost, all the characters had, it's something you've done, by the way, if you guys don't know that, you should. But the characters all had secrets. We're sort of on the same level with these characters. We know what they know.
Absolutely. In the same manner, in Saving Private Ryan, you landed on the beaches of Normandy with a small group of people, and you only knew what they were seeing and what they were talking about. They didn't talk about the grand plan for the war. They had no idea what was going on down the beach. They just had their own mission. And similarly, our characters are trying to survive and bond with each other and figure out what's going to keep them going as a species and as individuals. But, we're just kind of like in the moment with them. And there are no people who are holding back secrets that, if only you knew, I'm going to, dribble out a little thing this week and it's going to be awesome, but you're going to have to wait. It's not like that. You're just kind of like, this is what's going on. We've got this problem, and I really like this person. I really care about that other person, and how am I going to save them when I'm faced with this ethical dilemma? That sort of thing.
Okay, and Drew, tell us a little bit about your relationship with your dad, who's played by Noah Wiley.
Working with Noah is incredible. He's a great actor to begin with, and he plays my dad in the show, and on screen, off screen, he was very fatherly. He would teach me not so much about acting, but just how to behave on a set. And he's just such a nice guy. We had a fantastic time shooting the action sequences, the one we just saw. That was, I guess it was almost 2 years ago that we shot that, and in that final little run where things are blowing up left and right, they took us through like what all was going to happen, and he's basically saying everything's going to blow up like you saw. And these are like real flames and real debris flying at you, and so we get so amped up and they've watered down the asphalt. So we call action, and I'm leading the way, and then Noah's behind me, and the camera guy behind him, and I slip, and Noah falls on me, the camera guy falls on him, the guy who's going to blow everything up is like, don't blow! Luckily they didn't blow everything up, and then we got that the second take, and it was a one-take wonder.
All right, well, I think we're about to see a new clip, so Mark, can you set that for us?
Right. So what you're seeing right now is not necessarily what we go on with the show. There'll be developments that will ensue that I think will be very interesting as we go forward with the skitters, with the mics, with everything.
Well, now, I have a list of things I know you guys aren't supposed to talk about, but, I'm not going to say anything, and they're not going to say anything, and the Twitterverse isn't going to say anything. So, any little spoilers you want to throw out there?
Well, at the very end of the show, when... Hold it. I think keep your eyes on the skitters. I think that's an interesting place to be watching, because as the show develops, we're going to be learning more about those creatures. And they start out, I think you think they're one thing at first, and then we'll see what happens.
Ooh, nice. Thank you. Don't say anything to anyone. Don't, tweet that or, yeah. Okay, so I know you guys are all holding comics in your hands. Now you're going to take those to the booths to get signed and get pictures, which you're all going to hashtag with Falling Skies so that I can see all your pretty faces. So tell us a little bit about the webcomics and what they have in their hands there.
I will take that one because I had the great honor and pleasure of working with Dark Horse Comics, fantastic people. Scott Alley, the editor, and Paul Tobin, the writer, couldn't have been more accommodating, helpful, excited, collaborative to work with us on this graphic novel. What you've got is the first 12 pages of it, which is a standalone comic, which kind of tells you some of what happened right after the invasion, what happened to his son Ben, Noah Wiley's son, and how they kind of came together as the Massachusetts militia. And then what we're doing...
Main man himself, the Emerald Warrior, Ryan Reynolds.